Are you all good, Rebecca? Okay. I can't hear you at all.
Okay. Can you hear me? You're all
Nope.
good.
Oh. What am I doing wrong? Got it. Okay. Can you try saying something else, Rebecca?
Sure, we can try again.
Oh my goodness. I can't hear you.
So I'm going to say something to see if it's a Rebecca problem or a Megan problem.
I heard that.
Okay.
But Joni, could you hear Rebecca?
Yes.
Okay. Rebecca, try again.
Sure, Megan. I'm
Oh,
here.
okay. I hear you now. I don't know what happened. Okay, glorious technical difficulties. Thank you. Welcome. You are here for office hours with Stitchcraft Marketing. My name is Megan Rogers, and I'm one of the account managers here at Stitchcraft. And I'm joined by Rebecca, who is one of my colleagues. And what we are going to do is go through our presentation. We hold these office hours monthly and share a little bit about a topic that is relevant to a lot of our clients. And we feel like it would be important to give you a chance to learn more and ask some questions. So we've got a brief presentation, 10 minutes or so up front. And then at the end, we'll open it up for any questions you have related to the presentation. And, throw out whatever questions you've got, and we will do our best to field those. And after that, if you have other questions that relate to marketing your craft business, we're open for those as well. So it's your chance to get some free advice from us. So I believe, Rebecca, I saw that you had the recording started. Is that correct?
Yes, we are
Okay.
recording.
Thank you very much. So today, what we'll be talking about SEO priorities for craft businesses. So this post is built on a blog that was released last week that gave more information and more detail than what I'm going to go over today. SEO is not a new term, but it's something that some people have the time and the capacity to investigate it. Some people haven't. And this post and this presentation is intended to help you see, like, okay, if I want to get started with SEO or reassess my SEO because I haven't looked at it in a while, these are the places to start. So search engine optimization is all about keywords. And your purpose in getting keywords is to increase your organic search traffic from search engines. So organic means your non-sponsored content. And when we're talking in the lingo of SEO, when we say keyword, we might mean one word, but we more often mean a short string of words, key phrase that a searcher is likely to use to make their way to something that you offer, sell, do, teach. So I want to make sure that we're clear on what that means. So we want to talk a little bit about keywords. And we've got several characteristics of your great keywords. They should be relevant, directly relate to the product or services you're offering. They should try to match the content of potential customer searches. In general, you also want to avoid specific product or brand names. Those can limit your discoverability unless you're dealing with something that has enormous brand recognition and you know that your searchers are going to be searching for that brand thing. If you're trying to get new people to find you, then you're best off avoiding brands directly. You want to go for specificity. So targeting specific terms rather than broad ones can help attract more qualified leads. we talk about long tail keywords. Those are the keywords that show up at the longer, skinnier tail end of a bell curve of searching. Though they are not searched as often as the max volume, the searchers have better intent, more focused intent, because they know more about what they are looking for, and therefore are more likely to click through and make purchases, make actions based on that. So speaking of intent, understanding the user intent is essential. This is really a time when you need to step out of your business owner, manager role and get back to thinking like a customer. What if somebody's searching for somebody might be searching for the product or service that you offer, then what questions might they ask? What questions are they trying to answer? And then I also include in here a local element. If you've got a brick and mortar presence, then it's wise to include some local keywords so that factors in to your search results. So there is an entire world, and you can delve entirely too deep into keywords. I'm happy to talk more about that if you have any questions. But what you want to do when you start to get a handful of phrases that you think these are pretty descriptive and might approximate a customer question, then you want to validate those. And by validate those, it's, test them out, see what a little bit of legwork can do to tell you about where these search terms go. So your step one is go to Google and type in your term. So you might like open a different browser just so that it doesn't necessarily have all the cookies that are living in your existing browser. But that's not an essential requirement. So type in your search words and look at what comes up. At the top of a search results page will be any sponsored content, if there is any, but then below that will be the organic traffic. And are those other things that come up, those other tutorial videos about how to use a new cutting tool. Pardon me, this is my cat. That's the charm of live Zoom. Yes, okay. You want to test out your terms, type them into Google. Are the things that come up in the same realm as where you would like your content to come up? That's a great starter place without having to, get any specific expertise or, paying to subscribe to additional services. It does require some legwork, but by prioritizing where you focus that time, it still can be a manageable task. There are also some free keyword research tools that are helpful to use. SEO book is one that we have recommended and use. It enables you to type in a keyword and it'll give you variations of it. And the variations in a keyword can be as much as adding an S to the end or switching the order of words. So quilting ruler versus quilting rulers, or half square triangle rulers versus HST rulers. Once you settle on a keyword, you want to keep using it in its exact form consistently, because that is what search engine trackers will look for and pick up and continue to identify with your domain. So assuming you've gotten a handful of keywords for your website, your brand overall, and related to your products and services, what do you do with those? Again, we're prioritizing. So what's the most effective place to put those? Step one is on your website. And your heading and your introductory text on each page should include your validated keyword. And I've got a couple of screenshots here and on the next page of an SEO update project that I did for a client recently to add in keywords onto their existing site. So their website has been here and living, and there's not any major work that we put into changing it. But we went through, I conferred with the client, and we decided on the pages that we wanted to make sure had our keywords on them. And this page that you're seeing with the pink arrows pointed to it is the shop, their online shop page. So we recommend you start with your home page, your About Us page, the online shop landing page. If you have a classes page and you're known for classes, that's great. Your blog page, your newsletter sign up page. Those are all great ones to start with. And we're just optimizing Quilter's Quest, the name of this shop here. And the arrows point to the multiple times we use it. And this is a time in your brain when you need to, if you're a person who thinks a lot about readability, and I am a reader, I think a lot about the ease of readability. And when you use the same phrase a lot of times, it can feel a little not naturalistic. And it does. And so it feels like the term is repeated a little bit more than you would do so if you were just writing a paragraph, typically without worrying about search engine optimization. So you need to strike a balance that accepts that you're going to need to use your keywords enough so that the repetition indicates to search engine crawlers that this is associated with your domain, but not so much that it looks like keyword spamming and just sounds terrible, because people don't come to searches on the internet they don't go to online shops to get the finest prose they've seen. They're going there to find the best fit for their needs. So when you've got these pages optimized on your website, so adding a heading, adding a couple of lines of text on the top of the page, then I want to suggest that if your website platform allows for product category landing pages, then those are great to optimize as well. So our friends Quilter's Quest here, they are on Like So and Rain, and that platform does allow a Bernina page, an AccuQuilter page, AccuQuilt page, excuse me, and that's the examples I've shown you here. So we've optimized those as well. So if a searcher is out there knowing that they want something to do with a particular brand or product line, then this will start to percolate up in search results for this shop. This is as I said earlier, a kind of bonus point step to take if you can. Like, this would be your maybe phase 2 of the adding keywords to your shop. But it's a great spot to optimize if you can. So the next place to use your keywords, and this is where you need to keep your list of keywords in front of yourself or your social media managers and content creators, because you will want them to continue to use your keywords in their exact keyword form. So you want to use your keywords in your content. Titles and captions accompanying your posts should always include keywords. So this is across, any of the platforms that you're using: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, etc. I've actually went through and created a list of the different spots in each platform. For YouTube, you want it in the video title and caption. For Facebook, video posts, title and caption. Facebook static posts, caption. Your Instagram reels and your static posts, those captions should have your keyword. Pinterest, it should be in the title and the caption, and TikTok, it should be in the video caption. So you're going to integrate this into the sentence or two that you have in your caption, but you want to repeatedly using that. So I grabbed a screenshot of a post by the Woolly Thistle, which is an online only yarn shop. And they start off the post with a beautiful photograph of some beautiful yarns. And they start the post with the keyword Garthiner's Snowdonia sock yarn. So that ticks the box that says, okay, that's what this post is about, so that the search engine crawlers will note that in their algorithm churning that they do. Okay, so great, Megan. I can make keywords for my products. I have 400 SKUs, or I have 117 SKUs. I have too many SKUs to do that. I can't research all those keywords. So I recommend you start with the 5 or so products or services that are going to have the most strategic value for you. Ask yourself some questions, like what are you known for already? And presuming you want to keep being known for that. You know, the stuff that you have already learned that your customers love, why they love you, is what you're great at. And so those products or services, classes, are ripe for optimization. What do you want to be known for? Is there something that you think you're doing well and people haven't caught up to it yet? And you know it'll be great, and you know it'll perform really well for you. So that can be a choice to make too. How do you want new customers to find you? And what products do you love to sell? Like, I think a cool thing about working with craft businesses is that generally the business owners that we work with are also sewists and knitters and crafters and themselves. And so I've just encountered a lot of people who have particular little tools that they love. They're like, I found this little cutter that is this blade saver, and it lets you just slice it off, and you can just makes things easier. And people love to talk about tools, I have found. So your enthusiasm comes across and can be a good way to make decisions about where to start as well. So as we're kind of wrapping this up, I give you the marching orders are: first, brainstorming keywords for your shop and for your products and services. Then research and refine those keywords. I also called that validating earlier in the presentation. Add the keywords to your website and keep using your keywords in your social media posts. And again, it would be a great idea to maintain a centralized list. Maybe that's a Google Doc that everyone on the team who makes content can access, so that they're using the keyword in the layout that you want to keep using it. So using keywords this way builds a pipeline that will get stronger as you post more and more, so that boosts your search engine ranking over time. And what that means is that your posts, your tutorial posts, your blog posts, your posts about these new products that you're bringing in and you're really excited about because they're superior in these ways, will show up higher and higher on the search engine results page. And it's so yeah, it's just cumulative, and it helps more and more people find you as new folks travel through the know, like, trust funnel. So they get to know you by discovering you, they get to like you by seeing that you post good stuff and you're interesting and you're smart and you're witty, and they trust you enough to say, hey, like, I need this and I feel fine about buying it from this organization. So that is the lay of the land. I would love to answer any questions, give you any tips if I can. Does anybody have any questions you want to toss out at the moment?
I do.
Okay.
So you said validated keywords, and I feel like you explained it that like it's just a matter of making sure that you're using them over and over again. So like if my validated keyword is free motion quilting, then I should have free motion quilting in as many places as it makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the validating is, yeah, type that into your search engine to see, does it take you to the kind of results that
I want to be.
where you would want to show up. So yeah, that's
Okay.
the validating. And then
Okay.
the consistently using it. And make sure, like, are you going to put a dash between free and motion? Or
I have to go do a control F throughout my entire website that I just platform switched because I feel like some places I have a dash and some places I don't. So I need to figure one out and stick with it.
So yeah, I would say when you can do changes to make that consistent, and to make sure, like, leave a note for yourself so you're doing it consistently going forward, do it.
Right.
I will also say that you could lead yourself to madness if you try and lean too hard into the analysis. But for your big items, like free motion quilting is a big facet of what you're going to be, what you offer and what you're doing and what people will search for. So
Right.
yeah, I would be consistent there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions about SEO? All right, well, I am going to stop the share. And Rebecca,